Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Eric, Suzette, and AMINE. We are excited to share with you today how to move your VMware workloads to Azure and discover how this powerful combination helps businesses optimize existing VMware investments with the broad capabilities of Azure. Our experts will cover Azure VMware Solution, Azure Spring Apps Enterprise, Tanzu, and Horizon, and help you on your journey to the Azure cloud. Eric, I'll turn it over to you.
Thanks to Sean. So my name's Eric Horschman. I cover product marketing for Azure VMware Solution at Microsoft. And I want to tell you why VMware and Microsoft got together to develop Azure VMware Solution. So cloud migrations have had a terrible track record in the industry. Customers get started with ambitious plans to migrate workloads from their VMware on-prem data centers into the cloud and quickly find that those migrations are taking much longer than they expected, require skill sets they don't have, and fall behind schedule and go over budget. The reasons for that are pretty simple. In a VMware environment, you're running on the ESXi and vSphere hypervisor, you're using VMware virtual networking, storage dedicated to VMware or vSAN in some cases. And when you move to the cloud, you're going to find a different compute platform with different hypervisors, different storage, different networking. All of that means that it's not possible to pick up a virtual machine and drop it into a cloud environment without going through some lengthy refactoring and then also having to retrain your IT staff on all the new management interfaces and tools and automation features that they need to use in the cloud. It also means you have to revise all your operational processes for things like disaster recovery, backups, and high availability, management and monitoring all changes. It turns into a much more difficult process than customers plan on when they start out on a cloud migration project. To address that difficulty and help customers get into the cloud faster, VMware got together with Microsoft and we developed Azure VMware Solution. Very simply, Azure VMware Solution, or AVS, is VMware infrastructure, that's vSphere, vSAN, and NSX, running on bare metal hosts in Azure data centers worldwide. With AVS, you get completely consistent VMware infrastructure in the Azure cloud. Azure VMware Solution is a native Azure service that's sold and supported by Microsoft. It provides all the cloud operating model benefits of rapid capacity on demand, the ability to scale up and down. It's available in hourly on-demand subscriptions, or you can lock in savings with 1 and 3 year reserved instance subscriptions. It lets you preserve your skills and operational processes because it's still managed by familiar VMware tools like vCenter. It means that your IT team doesn't need to change out all of their operational processes, all their automation, all the scripting they've put hours into building. That transfers over to AVS because it is VMware running in the Azure cloud. If you're already an Azure user, you're going to find AVS can be managed from familiar Azure interfaces like the Azure portal, and you can use Azure Resource Manager, the Azure command line interface, and APIs to manage AVS. It instantly gives you access to the dozens of Azure regions worldwide that support AVS to be close to your operations and provide low latency access. And it allows you easy access to hundreds of Azure services that are now running in close proximity to your VMware workloads. Services for identity, for databases, for AI ML, for storage. All of those services are now a simple connection over the Azure Backbone network away from your VMware workloads running in AVS. Now with that consistent VMware infrastructure in the cloud, it's possible to even live migrate workloads using the HCX tool that we provide as part of Azure VMware Solution from your on-prem VMware environment over to Azure. So those migration projects that were stalled, running over budget, falling behind schedule, can now move ahead quickly, with customers migrating hundreds or thousands of virtual machines per week with AVS because of that consistent platform that it offers. There are 4 key benefits that customers get from running on Azure VMware Solution. The first one I talked about is much faster migrations. The next one, modernized pragmatically, means that customers having access now to all of those great Azure services can modernize their workloads at their own pace after they've migrated them over to Azure. You can also take advantage of the VMware Tanzu portfolio of cloud-native application platforms that are certified to run in Azure VMware Solution on that VMware platform. You get the benefits of Azure reliability and scale, bringing you that cloud operating model that gives you rapid scaling, provisioning of nodes in AVS, all of that managed and supported by Microsoft. So your IT team no longer needs to worry about racking and stacking, software updates, patching. All of that work is now handled by Microsoft. And then there's some great financial benefits from Azure VMware Solution. It shares the Azure hybrid benefit ability to let customers share the licenses that they've already invested in for Windows Server and SQL Server in their on-prem environment and bring them over to AVS. It also shares the free extended security updates that are part of Azure and are also available to Azure VMware Solution, meaning that legacy versions like the 2012 versions of Windows Server and SQL Server can get continuing security patches at no cost from Microsoft for big savings for customers. So it combines to give Azure VMware Solution a great story to lower TCO compared to running in your own on-prem data center. Thanks, and now I'm going to turn it over to Suzette.
Thank you, Eric. Hi, I'm Suzette Beardsley. I'm a product marketing manager for Horizon. And today I want to share with you how Horizon and Azure can work together to deliver virtual desktop and DaaS solutions. So today there are several factors contributing to the growth or this new explosion of VDI and DaaS. Very obvious one, the move to a distributed hybrid workforce for companies who are looking, or organizations that are looking to expand their business into maybe a new region, a new area. You can easily do this through VDI, giving your end users, or employees secure access to corporate resources. The growth of cloud is on the rise. So many of you are looking at how to embrace cloud adoption, how that can fit into your current IT solutions. And lastly, this need for agility to quickly be able to pivot if there's any type of disaster or business continuity issues and how you deliver, you need that agility, and cloud really provides that ability to do that. So we recognize that everyone's on a different path or a different place on their journey to the cloud. Some of you are still running everything on premise. Some of you are considering the public cloud. And we find that the nice sweet spot here is in the middle, where you might maybe want to run some things on prem still while leveraging the cloud to run some of your workloads. So because of this, we have solutions from Horizon and Azure that fit every cloud. So the nice thing about this is through Horizon's control plane, we provide a single pane of glass to manage the entire Horizon deployment. So whether you're running it on-prem or you're running it in Azure or leveraging Windows 365, we have a solution for you, and it could be all managed through the Horizon control plane. So let's go a little deeper into each one of these solutions. We do have this broken down to the virtual desktop options versus the DaaS, or the desktop as a service, fully managed options. So if you're looking to run Horizon on-prem and want to continue on-prem and leverage Azure, Eric just did a great job of talking through the benefits of leveraging the Azure VMware Solution. So Microsoft owns the SDDC or the infrastructure, so they'll manage that for you. And the nice benefit about this is it allows you to leverage or open up these hybrid cloud use cases. So things like disaster recovery, data center expansion, maybe you need a burst, get more capacity easily. AVS is a great way to expand in the cloud and leverage some of these new use cases. Now, as we move along this trajectory here, for customers who are already running Azure Virtual Desktop or AVD, and want to remain on-prem, it is a great way to work with your Azure solution already in place and add Horizon. So some of the benefits here are you get the managed service. So we manage the VDI piece for you, and Azure manages the infrastructure. We provide that hybrid cloud management capabilities as well as application lifecycle management. And you get the benefit of leveraging the economics of multi-session. So you can still use multi-session and add Horizon on top of that. And for those of you who are considering Horizon Cloud with Windows 365, looking to implement cloud PCs, again, Horizon provides some great capabilities around hybrid management, how you deliver and manage your applications, and a great way to optimize desktop delivery with our BLAST protocol. So going a little deeper into this, how does Horizon Cloud support your AVD and Windows 365 deployments? So in addition to some of the things that I've already covered, one of the nice things about Horizon, it allows you to support more device types. So no matter the operating system, we can support it, as well as a multitude of peripherals that are needing support, and especially, in healthcare or government, which has the smart cards, and healthcare has the tap and go. These are all peripherals that we can support through Horizon. Another benefit of where we add value to some of your Microsoft solutions is around personalization. So we can do things like home drive redirection, providing personalized settings that follow the user no matter where they log into. And we also work with FS Logics to really provide that personalized feeling every time they log in to their virtual desktop. Another key area where we add value is using our BLAST protocol to optimize the user experience across all applications. So how it renders, how you see your desktop, if you're in a Zoom or Teams call, so some of these collaboration tools that you're using, how the voice quality is within those calls. These are things that the BLAST protocol can really ensure deliver the right experience for your employees. Another key hot spot is application image management, and the cost associated with that, as well as the time cost associated with that. So through our apps volume solution, we really assist simplifying application lifecycle management, as well as image management, how you package and deliver those to your end users. We've got great new technologies such as apps on demand, which reduce the amount of server utilization that you use. So a great way to package up your apps and deliver them to end users. And I've touched on this last one a little bit on the supporting hybrid deployment. So for those of you who really want to manage workloads on-prem and also leverage Azure, we have that Horizon control plane, which allows you to manage across your deployment types. So super easy. All right, so that wraps up my piece on how Horizon adds value to Azure. And I'm going to turn over to AMINE, who will cover accelerating your app delivery.
Thank you, Suzette. So I'm a solution engineer, and I'm very happy and excited today to help you accelerate your app delivery using the power of Azure and also our platform Tanzu. So let's get started. Yeah, so nowadays you can see that every company must think and act like a software company to stay relevant regardless of your industry. So you have this software and application agility. They are critical to a company's ability to compete, and the results are spectacular. You can see on the screen, teams can release software exponentially faster. But there is a challenge to this. There is like To achieve the software agility, you need to improve developer productivity without compromising the security and the cost. And the challenge here is to choose across many different categories of tools, across multiple clouds, VMs, containers, and to that, different teams. So this is a recipe for complexity and for what we call in VMware cloud chaos. But imagine we are bringing you today a new approach to navigate this complexity. We are providing a trusted foundation to your platform engineering team. We are bringing this unified solutions that enable development to production. You have scalable app operations, adaptable infrastructure, while ensuring ongoing optimizations in terms of cost and security. And this is what we are calling the Tanzu and ARIA platform. So the Tanzu platform covers the entire software delivery lifecycle, starting by develop with intrinsic. You have secure, curated gold paths and app accelerator. Then operate, which gives you the ability to deploy and manage these apps at scale and optimize to optimize your cost, the performance, and the security of your environment. So the Tanzu portfolio have many is powered by two main product families: the TAP, the Tanzu application platform, and the TEAS, the Tanzu intelligence services. So and we have also the Tanzu Hub, which originally is called the ARIA Hub, but we changed the name, the same tech. It's collecting your data from various clouds, including Azure, and from Kubernetes environments, ecosystem, and providing a unified dashboard for insights and management. And this is to support both your development and operational environments. So I'm taking a moment actually to saying congratulations. This year, Spring Framework celebrates its 20th birthday. Yes, and also at the same time, you have Spring Boot is celebrating its 10th birthday. So congratulations to the Spring community. I know very few technologies stand the test of time, and even fewer in the open source world. And we are very happy to be with the Microsoft, one of the biggest partners in the Spring community. So while we are talking about this, we need to remind ourselves that there is no app. No app is an island. So it leans on services like databases, the message brokers, cache, and AI services to function effectively. And the cloud native landscape contains thousands of services. It's an expensive ecosystem with so many services. You can build amazing apps, but it's overwhelming for the developer team to choose the right services. So we brought something new this year. It's called the 3 app aware platforms. So you have the TAS that we talked about, the Tanzu application services. It's running mission critical apps. Its essence, here is my code, run it in the cloud. And you have the Tanzu application platform. The TAP is a Kubernetes native solution. Its guiding principle, it's here is my code, run it on Kubernetes for me. I don't care how, but my platform engineering team does. And you have, of course, the Azure Spring Apps Enterprise, and its guiding principle is here is my code, run it on Azure. So these 3 awesome Spring App aware platforms we are offering you, besides Spring Consulting that can help you with the teams in Azure, but also in VMware. We are here to help you like be Spring focused and build and upgrade your latest version of Spring. So also, I would like to invite you to speak with your account teams about this saving plan we have today. You can reduce your costs by using your Azure Spring Apps Enterprise. And we are excited that we enhanced Azure Migrate to Spring Aware, so you can discover and assess and plan your Spring app migrations. And we package all those best practices for building Azure Spring Apps environment into a landing zone accelerator. This will allow you to stamp out your dev, test, or prod environment in 10 to 30 minutes. So this is it for me. Thank you. And giving it back to Dashawn.
Eric, Suzette, and AMINE, thank you so much for those great overviews. There's so much more to learn, and I encourage you to take a look at the amazing partnership between Azure and VMware. There's so much to see and so much to learn, and it continues to get better. Thank you so much, and we'll see you soon.